Welcome everyone to our chess stream here on lichess and Twitch. Thanks for waiting. Asterbait, what's up, man? Good to see you. We are going to be playing Fast Friday. We're playing 5+3 casual, accepting challenges from everyone with an established account, and approximately 100 games or more played here on lichess.org. My name is Sparklehorse. You can challenge me here on the site. We're streaming on Twitch now for over 2 years. Welcome, everyone. Nafrav is here. Merle Dixon subscribed with Twitch Prime. They've subscribed for 10 months. Currently on a 10-month streak. Looking forward to 10 more years being a subscriber. Merle, thank you for your support. Continued support from Merle Dixon. Nils this week with 2,000 bits. Dim with 800. Someone on Sound 200. Delacorda 200. Asterbait 177. T-Dark, Cash Maggie, and, of course, Merle Dixon with 25. Thanks, Merle, for being a continued supporter of our stream by subscribing. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and also tell your friends about my stream. You have chess-playing friends who want to focus on improvement. They might appreciate my stream. So, we just had a call from another telemarketer. It's out of control. I can't wait to leave the United States just so that we can get a break from telemarketing calls. Nomo Robo. I have to sign up for that. Anyway, that would be a cool sponsor. Contact Nomo Robo and see if they'll let me advertise their stream for free service. I mean, advertise their site for free service. It's like a service where they can somehow detect and like deny robocalls. Anyways, so that was keeping me busy while we had a late start, answering all the telemarketing calls. Welcome everybody. JCS, what's up? Merle Dixon, Asterbait. There's a rumor that Nefedov is here. Guys, feel free to send me a challenge. We're here. It's afternoon. I've got more energy now since I tend to be kind of sleep deprived in the evenings. This what time is it? 12:30 stream is even better for me. Asterbait with 100 bits. Thank you, sir. Asterbait is up to 3rd place, 277 on the leaderboard. Guys, send me a 5+3 challenge, casual. If not, I have to go to the quick pairing. What do we got here? Last time I chose a rated by mistake. Whoa, everything's rated. 5+2 casual. Let's play this guy. Masuno, little did he know he'd be playing a streamer. Alright, we'll start quietly with the Caro-Kann. I'm not warmed up. I haven't had any time for extracurricular games. Do you guys want to guess who our telemarketer was calling from? Any guesses? What would be particularly appropriate for me? If you could think of a really, really appropriate telemarketer to call me, what would they be pushing? Any ideas? What do I hate? Other than the London system that I vent a lot here about on the stream. Asterbait, any guesses? Knight takes e4. Alright, we'll go with the main line. The last 3 from Merle Dixon. You guys want to guess? I don't hate ChessBase. Maybe chess.com, but no, in general, yeah, it was of course like someone calling to support Donald Trump. It was funny. I'm so sick of the telemarketing calls that I've started to basically, even you can see if it's not a real number, if it's no one I know, I just start answering like with random things. I say, this time I answered the phone. I was like, pirate support group, just making up like random things to answer the phone. What did I say? Pirate support group or the Pirate Support Super PAC. I can't remember. I'm just starting to answer the phone like ridiculous made up things just so they'll leave me alone. Knight on G to F6. Samuel Adams wants you to drink up. I wouldn't mind, yeah. So here we are playing the black side of the mainline Caro-Kann, which I'm not that well theoretically versed in. Kind of made up some ideas with A5 that I've been using. We haven't had too many games lately. Chess.com's advertising. Why, telephone? No. Right, so Nefedov And I forgot when I had a game, you know, classical mainline, queen a5 check, bishop d2, all that stuff. All right, we'll try a5 anyway. Welcome, guys. Rated or casual? We play rated. No. We play casual. I forgot. The more casual, the better. The better off. Knight e4. This is a standard move. He's not committed. He's not committed to castling kingside. Committed. I'm not sure how appropriate a5 is. I definitely don't mind it with bishop d2, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do it after bishop f4. I mean, if it's really a legitimate move or not. I mean, I guess we can do this kind of standard idea, but a5, you know, I don't think this is great. Not the most useful move in the world. Okay, I'm at least inhibiting him from castling queenside, but white is better here. I've got to go into one of these standard endings, but it's just better for white. Now, Nasuno is 2041. That's a solid rating. Wow, he's 1200 in bullet. Okay, that's weird. 1300 in bullet and 2000 in blitz. Oh, no. That, you know what that could be. But I don't care. It's casual, whatever. If he's like using an engine, that would be disturbing. I can win a pawn here. What cost pawn? Alright, I'm on a tempo. I'm on a tempo. Grabbing pawn. Man, this is greedy, but principled, right? We got to get something for this crappy position. I need some compensation for my crappy position, basically. My king will never be safe. I like bishop c7. That's a absolutely natural move. Yeah, that's not a good sign when your opponent is 1300 in bullet and 2041 in blitz. Maybe he's just real slow. Seriously, I mean, if you were 2000 in blitz and you were like the worst bullet player in the world, you'd still probably be like 1600 in bullet. All right, bishop e5 here. Gotta try to escape from the madness. He's got like over 1,000 bullet games, rated 1334. I mean, I would never play a rated game with someone who had a disparity like that in their ratings. But it's completely possible. He's like 80 years old. He's very slow. He was formerly like a master, but he's basically got like the shakes and he can't move fast enough for something. I don't know. It's possible. All right. I mean, I'm terrible at bullet, but I couldn't ever be that bad. c5. Need to mobilize my stuff here. I'm not developing my pieces, but I want some horizon for my bishop. I mean, terrible. What's your terrible bullet rating, JCS? How terrible is it? You're pretty good at bullet, I would assume. This guy who's 1300 is playing faster than me, by the way. I mean, that's sort of disturbing. He's managing to play faster than me, even though he's 1300 in bullet. You accidentally played a bullet game. Alright. You know, the other explanation is that it's two different people. That's completely possible. You know, his son is like 1100 and he gets to play bullet, and the dad is like 2000 and he gets to play blitz. Where's the challenges? We have 2. Pi Day and whatever. So if I take, I have a problem here because he sticks a rook on d6. We can't have that. So I think I have to play this, which is very awkward. Well, I could play rook f8, but I wanted to try to use my other rook in a different way. Rook e3. I have rook d8 now. Should essentially be okay. What I don't want him to do is have access to the d6 square. All access. Access denied. The speed of his play doesn't gel with the 1300 bullet rating either. Enough conspiracy theories for today. Let's just play. Accept him for what he is. So a4, huh? It's kind of a weird move. We can tie him down. I think the white has serious problems now. But want to be accurate. Try something interesting. I'm up a pawn, can't be that bad. That's true. No, I mean, I think I'm close to winning now. But it's still not over. Azabi, you should be good at bullet chess. Merle will tell you that all rooking games are drawn, except for this one. That move is sort of disturbing. Rook e1. Deep thoughts. Now what? Call no. Okay, that was weird. I think there he made a mistake. He should probably take with the pawn. There's something suspicious about his bullet rating. Alright, enough said. We're winning now. 4 up, 2 down. This is over. I mean, it should be over, but he keeps playing annoying moves. Now you have d4. Accurate to the last. Rook e5, rook c5. My guy is not as bad as Esserman? What does that mean? If he went to school in Europe, he doesn't have bullet experience like the American kids. Interesting. Theory. Yeah, Magnus, they didn't teach him any bullet at chess school. Alright. I'm not sure it makes a difference. Too many pawns. Yeah, but I mean, Mark and most people like myself, dude, we have this fear because it happens all the time. I mean, if something happens enough, you become paranoid. It's natural. It's not like we had that fear because we have this built-in excuse. I mean, it's really happening that often. Fortunately, not that much on this site as others. He's not going to give up. Of course, people would be more apt to cheat if there's like a reason to cheat. You're playing Magnus Carlsen. The temptation goes up. I beat Magnus Carlsen. I'm going to use a computer. All right, dude. It's an unrated game. Come on, let's just resign. I can't play rematch, man. You got white anyway, so it's cool. Thank you for the game. Pi day. Pi day. All right, that was just a warm-up game with a non-viewer. We're playing basically 5+3. Only 5+3, basically. All right, I gotta wake up. It's still early in the morning here, 12:30 ET. It's already almost 1 o'clock. I mean, I feel like it isn't lately. You know, lately I haven't really felt like too many people I was playing I'm suspicious of, to be quite frank. So that's good. It means that lichess, they're doing their job. They're doing a good job of keeping people from cheating, discouraging it. Knight on BD7, classical King's Indian, old school variation here. I used to play this with black. Thanks guys for supporting the stream by subscribing, and don't forget to invite your friends. Just my love. Am I next? I'm playing a game right now. I'll stop after my next. You are next, but I can always take another challenge ahead of you, so it's no problem. Alexa, mute. She gets excited if you say a word that sounds like her name. Alright, Rook E8. This is like very famous game that Petrosian. No, was it Reshevsky or Petrosian? I guess it was a Reshevsky game. Reshevsky versus maybe Leboyevich. Reshevsky versus somebody like, I think Reshevsky, Leboyevich. Somebody played. No, it wasn't Leboyevich. Maybe another Yugoslav, Gligoric. Reshevsky had a game where black played Rook E8, but the problem is the rook ends up on the wrong square. Like, you need to move it back to F8 later on. So that's technically a mistake. Asteroid, I managed to get to 1300 all the time. You're tilting. Rook F8 anyway. Yeah, but now B4. This looks like a good classical King's Indian bayonet attack. Knight takes E4, knight takes E4, knight takes E4, rook takes E4. F5, anybody? Let's get off the long diagonal, just in case. Good King's Indian for white. Somewhat unsound. I wonder if he's here. Nope, didn't see him. Now G3, uh-oh. I better be careful of my knight on C3. Unprotected, and if I take on F5, I can blockade E4. But is that good enough? Because the other option here is pretty strong, to play like knight G5. Well, Pi Day is 2100. Did you go up? Or were you always that high? Alright. I knew you were over 2000. Takes, bishop takes. Or you can take with a pawn. Interesting question. Alright, let's try it this way. I think I could capture on F5 and like play knight E4. I didn't really consider the other possibility of taking on F5 and then playing Rook B3. Could I possibly have done that? Kind of unconventional. Uh-oh. Alright, he played this. So I go for the white squares. He doesn't have the white square bishop that usually is the key piece in like checkmating white on the king's, you know, in the King's Indian on the king's side. And my bishop will protect G2 if he tries to shove the pawn to F3. So it's not that easy for him to to bring down a strong attack against me here. To play rook e8 to get white to close the center and then go back to f8. That's what JCS is talking about. Classically considered to be a bad move, but JCS he's more modern. Yeah, so I don't want to let him take on e6, move my bishop away, and get checkmated on g2. We could play bishop h3. There's also the possibility of like queen g4, a different way of protecting the pawn. Burning a lot of time, I guess. Something about queen g4 seems artificial. Queen g4, knight f6, yeah, the queen h3 there. I guess it's as good as anything. I know it's not you saying that, JCS. I'm assuming you got it from a reliable source. Now c5? Oh, I love it. Does it work? Yeah, but it's like, what does it do? There goes the whole bishop c4 concept. At the end of the day, should I have even put my queen on g4 or just played bishop h3 directly? Now I'm threatening knight d5. If I play b5, his knight gets into c5, so I don't want that. I got to be able to protect my f2 pawn. There's various ways to try to do that, but I don't want my rook to be overloaded. So we've been expecting c6. That's pretty much a no-brainer. What do we do now, though? That's the problem. Pressurized d6. I don't know this does anything. I don't know that this does anything. I mean, he's just going to bring the knight to c5 if I try to play b5. He did that instead. Wow. Uh-oh. So we're going to have to sacrifice that pawn, presumably. Now he's the knight coming through e6 to d4. So I'm probably going to have to take it off. I just hope I have enough compensation here for said pawn sacrifice. Looks pretty reasonable. There's rook d1. I might want to play something more immediate. Rook b7. Infinite Flash Chess, thanks for joining us, GG Helis. It's kind of a classic bayonet attack, pawn sacrifice. We have compensation because his dark square bishop is so bad. I mean, I've sacrificed this pawn like a million times in the normal like knight c6 King's Indian, where I play b4. So that much is very standard. Do I have enough compensation? It's difficult to say. I feel like it. But maybe not enough to be better. Wow. So he's like concretely giving up. Wow, giving up the d5 square is a huge risk. To shut down my bishop. I mean, we have compensation. There's no doubt. Now, which way do I take here? with the H pawn. I hope he doesn't create an outside pass pawn later on. Welcome to my stream, guys. We're playing Fast Blitz. Well, relatively Fast Blitz. 5+3. It's not too slow. So I still think that I have compensation for the sacrificed pawn. But maybe not more than enough. Black's still pretty solid here. He's got to go back somewhere. Now my bishop on c1 is not playing. I think he's hoping that he would get counterplay. I would give up the open file. But his knight's really bad. Let's say rook d7. I mean, we're going to win c5 as well. And these pieces are just not functioning. Hopefully we get a 2-for-1 sale. It's quality, not quantity, that counts. Right, so we get a lot of pieces back, parts. I overlooked b5. When did I overlook b5? We got our material back with interest payment. 2% interest. Is that the prime rate? Okay, we need to have a king here. Bishop endgame. Uh-oh. Hoppa. Okay, we want this pawn to function, so knight b4. Let's do it that way. He's fast. Darn, what do we do now? I'm not really sure what to do. Damn it, I think I screwed this up. I have knight b6 check. Just making things up on the fly here. It's going to be very hard to get through that blockade. Damn it. Okay, so knight b5 here. Now he's tied down to the weak pawn. This looks hard to make progress, though. Got so much time. Just finding these moves instantaneously. Very good endgame player. I don't think I'm winning anymore. Wow, he didn't take the pawn. He could have taken the bishop on e3 and just won the pawn back. He didn't want it. Clear plan. His defense is great. I think I'm screwing this up. Maybe not anymore, though. His defense was great. It's still not clear. Wait, his knight was hanging and I didn't take it. That's good. I didn't think you would leave a thing like a knight hanging around. Many pawns. Multi-pawns. Systematic. All right, that was that was a little bit touch and go, guys. That was fun though. Lots of viewers today. All right, we're gonna play some more challengers here. Struggled to win that game. Whatever is up next. Giving up the exchange is probably best. Which point? Was there an exchange sacrifice? I didn't even see it. I don't think. Whatever. I don't remember the first game now. Yeah, the rook in game. I remember now. Thank you for the game. Pi Day. Pi Day. I enabled a new app on my phone, the Do It Later app. It's already bothering me. Leave me alone. Alright. D4 E6. He wants to play the French, apparently. What is this doing? Stop Google. Alright, guys. This player is quick. I gotta remember, it's Fast Friday. What do we got here? Queen's Gambit declined. Orthodox. Are you going to look at with the engine? That last game, it looks unpleasant regardless. Blacks giving up the exchange is probably best. I still don't know which point you guys were talking about. Who is this guy? Anyway, whatever. Totally new to the stream or just... Yeah, he's got an old account. 14,000 games. Alright, what's the best approach here? Honestly, I don't know. I guess you can transpose to the exchange variation. That's pretty lame. Plus 2.3. Somebody, oh, this is my teammate. My ex-teammate who used to like this. Well, not ex-teammate. I don't know if he's still a teammate or not. I think he's not on the team anymore, yeah. My ex-teammate likes playing H6. Not a move I'm a big fan of. I guess we try to attack on the king side. Gotta go for it here. But this is probably all standard. Standard oil. Bishop E5. Now bishop D6. Or bishop H2. Rather than the robotic bishop H2. Let's try this. He's used no time for the entire game. I think that's the wrong... This is the wrong time control. I'm sure he would prefer, like, bullet. Judging by the opening, he could be one of your lost brothers. No. Not after the last move. Merle, you would never play b5. I don't think so. I don't like h6 and b5 here for black. Not really. We go. Gotta go with g4. Try to get some play. But, interesting move, the last move, bishop d7. I mean, it looks visually awful, but actually might not be that bad. Man, the black king side. Wow. So h5. I mean h4. Or do I try to play like f3? His knight can't move. That's an important factor here. If you could play like knight h7. Is my move too fancy? Fancy move syndrome? Maybe. I guess h4 is pretty obvious. But there's some points to f3. But I think black's just playing way too fast. I'm sure that they're just not used to playing with increment. Black is playing like it's 5-0. Actually, black's playing like it's 3-0. So if I'm whatever is regularly playing 3-0, I can understand their time management. But for this time control, he's playing way too fast. Stomach's making outrageous noises. What the heck? Okay, knight a4. Haven't had time to play for mate yet, but h4 is looking pretty good here. Some sort of tricks. Tricks. Right. You just play positionally now? Distracting me from playing for... He's distracting me from playing for mate. Effectively. Now my advantage is pretty much reduced. Very practical player, but... I'm actually threatening to win the exchange some lines here. Seems like he's good tactically and fast. What's up, Z Fox? Herb Dev. Herb Dev. Welcome to my stream, guys. We're taking challengers, casual chess, 5+3 casual. I said that twice, I know. Alright, now what? Like bishop e6, bishop a6. We can almost win the exchange. But that's a big problem for him. Bishop a6 in so many lines. It'll just drop the c6 pawn. So he's really restricted. I mean, I don't even need this threat of h4, g5. Essentially. It's not even that big of a threat, probably, anymore. I would like to just centralize my king. Get it in the middle on d2 where it's mobile and it can defend e3. I know, Herb Dev. I'm just kidding. HRB. You know me. So bishop a6, knight d7. Bishop c8, knight c5. That works for white. So I should just pile up on c6? Are you telling me? I guess we'll try it this way. You're gonna have to give something. guys, I usually do 2.5 hours when I stream, but I might have to leave the stream at any moment and come right back. Slemon subscribed with Twitch Prime, 4 months subscribing, but Slemon has been with us way before that, I think. Thanks, guys, for resubscribing. Sometimes we've had some first new subscribers, mostly resubs the last couple days, and thanks to you guys. Bishop d7 just going back and defending the pawn. So now we win the exchange, right? Bishop a6. Those two bishops are nice. Trappage. I don't really want to give up my e3 pawn. That's the gateway to my position. So I'd rather not have him like sack an exchange and get to that pawn. I'll do it if I have to, but Black's pieces are messed up. These pieces are just not working. So we never got our kingside attack. Instead, we got this trivial material win. Now I was talking about king centralization. Because we could always sacrifice on c6 to break through. The pangs of hunger affecting my stomach. Alright, rook takes c6, bishop takes, rook takes. Cutting it a little bit close there. I don't think it's necessary to give back the exchange just yet. I'm going to hold off on that. There's probably easier ways to do this. Good practical defense. This wasn't really the best method for white. I guess it's good enough. Just about good enough. We get the second pawn, which is pivotal. I could screw this up. I'm really up 2 pawns here. Why doesn't it feel like I'm up 2 pawns? This b pawn could actually be a target. Gotta try to use my pawn majority. Why don't I feel like I'm up 2 pawns? I've never seen a knight versus bishop endgame where you can defend like 2 pawns down for nothing. I mean, this is winning. Eventually. 2 connected passed pawns. He finally loses on time. Alright, tough struggle there. Only stupid names left. Smiley face, Haberbomb. I just want to check with the new players that you have like 100 games. I'm not going to play brand new accounts like this. Only has, that's unlimited. Anyway, that's correspondence. Alright, stupid names left. Let's play. Can't defend forever. You can try. Guys, Sunday I'm going to be doing a simul every Sunday. Most every Sunday I do a simul at 4:30 Eastern Time. So 25 players. Long simul. It lasts about 3 hours from 4:30 ET. Phone home. Chestnut, my love, thank you for the game. Very tough defense. It was a little too much to overcome. Oh, the French defense. Not again. Okay, the first game I managed to escape it, but black played d4 e6. Yeah, the first game was d4 e6. No, the French. Alright. I don't know. I keep being indecisive about what to play against the French. I don't really know the theory of this, but I want to play bishop g5. I've always played e5 in my tournament games. You have a Norwegian League game on Sunday. Yeah, good luck. I'm missing most of my team games the last 3 months. I might get back to play a few in the spring now. I'm going back to Budapest from next Tuesday. Not this coming Tuesday, but a week after. So I might actually get back and be able to play some games in the future. Classical French. Actually, the classical is actually e5. I wonder, this bishop g5 is called like the burn variation. No, that's just when black takes on e4. So what is it called when you play this line for white? What is this? Another kind of classical French? Anything with knight f6 is a classical French, right? I guess that just defines it. Black playing knight f6 on move 3. I don't know what it's called. If the move bishop g5 has a name, for example, that defines it. This looks to be like the main line for black. a6 is absolutely the main line. So I don't know the theory beyond this. Eventually this tension has to be resolved. I don't know. Generally I recommend keeping the tension, but I want to develop my pieces. I'm not really worried about, wow, that's a subtle move. He doesn't even defend the pawn or take the pawn. He's just like, oh wow, knight c6 just developing. Very nice. Nice move. Castle, please. Castles is the classic bishop takes f7, h7 check. Knight g5 check. Should be winning. I did have a game along these lines a couple weeks ago against somebody. It looks a little bit lame to castle kingside, but it's a lot safer than trying to castle queenside here. Once again, bishop takes h7 prevents castling kingside, so he has to do something else. Infinite flash chess. Yeah, I don't know the theory well enough on the Alekhine-Chittard variation with h4 to be able to really play it with any kind of sensibility. I never studied it, so I just try to stick to principles here, not knowing the theory. develop my pieces. Now I guess maybe I'm not threatening, after this move, I'm not threatening bishop takes h7 check anymore. I wonder if that's a mistake by me. Should I put the queen on e2 to keep the threat on? Probably worthy of consideration. Who is that? Talking about the Alekhine Chatard variation. Alyukhin Chatard. I can't pronounce either word, either name, so. Now black played h6. The Alyukhin Chatard. One is French and one is Russian, so it's hard to pronounce them together properly. H6. Right, so he's afraid of bishop takes h7 check, so he's playing h6. Probably not that bad of a move. Rook e1 is like based on generalities. I don't know. Maybe I'll lift my rook at some point. Maybe it just supports some sort of f5 pawn sack. This is a pretty one-dimensional style here for white. I'm basically banking everything in the king side, center king side. No more queen side play. So if I play f5 here, all the eggs in one basket. f5, knight takes d3, pawn takes d3, pawn takes f5. No. f5, pawn takes f5, knight takes d5. Isn't really that convincing what I'm doing there. He could just take on f5, allow knight d5. Probably have a reasonable game. If I don't have f5, what do I have here? Just positional play. Transferal. To the king side, maybe. Mainly, I guess, knight d4. But I'm starting to wonder about the move rook on a to e1. Is it even good? Was it even necessary? Certainly might prove to be useless or waste of time. Well, I mean, f5 didn't work at all or something because of b4. Possibly, I didn't even realize. I mean, f5 is just the move you want to play. It's thematic. Try to crack black's pawn structure. b4 anyway, okay. Well, that looks logical. Now we're threatening f5, one would assume. We go for it here. Black's playing really well. 1500. He's 1700 in rapid, though. I mean, that's okay. You know, it's not like you're 2000 in one thing, 1300 in the other. It's like 1800, 1500, 17, 14, but he's clearly better at the longer time controls. These are normal kind of rating distributions. There shouldn't be like a 700-point gap between two ratings. It's okay if you're like 200 points better in one thing, you know, 200 points higher in classical. That's reasonable. So I was looking at knight takes d3, takes queen c5, but I don't think that's really a good way to place his pieces. Bishop a6. We're threatening f6, which is basically close to fatal for black. It does have this. That can be met by queen e3 or queen f2. I guess queen e3. In that position, then, my rook move starts to look logical because it ends up like protecting my queen. It's kind of like rook e8 and the king's India in that other game. You start wondering if your rook on e8 will end up being misplaced. All right. like slightly better for white after knight takes f5. Any other suggestions are welcome here. Which way do we take? Oh, okay, rook takes or bishop takes. Bishop takes, my only threat is taking on d5, and that's like easily met. I'm not sure I have any threats here. I mean, rook f6 is nice, but it doesn't do anything. I almost have rook f6. Objectively, black defended this pretty well. Fuchsia, what's up? Fuchsia, 96. I feel like I'm playing Verusian Akobian or something. This would be like one of my blitz games with him. Pretty much the same level. Rook f6, rook f6, rook f6. Well, now there are checks and whatnot, of course. So we don't really want to do rook f6. My rook is actually obstructing my bishop. I didn't expect 96 though. It's a solid move to some degree. Glad I played rook e1 now. It ended up being pivotal. Maybe I can win on time, but I don't know about this position. I really don't have any threats here. I mean, right? There's basically no threats. Just do whatever. I really hope he doesn't have a good defense here, which he probably does. Right, that's doubtful. No, that wasn't a good choice. I panicked with king f7. Alright, I don't think this was fully sound. I admit. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm curious what happened here. Was this at all remotely sound? Of course, rook takes h6 was a threat. I was just hoping he would allow it. Let's see. Was this even remotely sound? I was lost at one point. Knight g5 is a great defense. I thought about h4, but I didn't think it worked. Queen takes g5. Whoa, that's a draw? Well, that's weird. What? Well, queen takes g5 is a draw, of course, a draw. I could be playing for a draw there. So we had rook h5, and I couldn't resist. I should have played rook takes h6 apparently. I didn't think that worked. Rook takes h6. G takes h6. Queen h6. Yeah, why do I want to do this? Does this work? I thought you had like f5 or something. No, but I'm just on f6. Okay, that doesn't work. Cool. So I ended up playing rook f6, which was funny, but it's only a draw apparently. This doesn't quite work. Yeah, I mean obviously he has to play g6, and I didn't really see. That's what you played, not there. You got to defend the queen. So here, and now I need some. I thought about a queen move, queen h4. This was my plan. But frankly, I only g6, and I basically thought I was winning. So I move. Queen takes e5 when his king can like evacuate over here. So it's not sound. Queen takes g5, I thought it was a draw. After my queen takes g5, it's better for black. Yeah, it doesn't work. No, I had the feeling there was something not working there. Okay, Haberbaum is up next, then Abdel. This guy's challenged me to rated, and I'm not going to play rated. So Trickster. If Trickster wants to play, that's fine, but he's got to challenge me, re-challenge me, and I will let you have the third game. But you got to re-challenge me to casual 5-3. Mr. Shuffle is challenging to the wrong time control and rated. So Mr. Shuffle, casual 5+3. There's a theme here. Casual 5+3. Alright, Haberbaum. Scary, but it was fun and scary, but it didn't work. Alright, Haberbaum. What's up, guys? We lacked in soundness, we made up for it in fun. Fun, that game. No, I knew it didn't quite work. I had the feeling. Alright, so 4. Haberbaum is good in the opening, particularly. He's got it tonight. Let's all wish him luck in his team game. We're going to play. He knows mainline stuff pretty well. We've had a number of games in the Nimzo. He seems quite well versed in that. So, try something different than we usually do. Close all tabs with engines running. Infinite Flash Chess. We were a little better yesterday with the engine running, but we'll see. I know you're militantly against it. Let's have some fun. This isn't sound, but it's fun, just like the last game. Alright, this is a blitz game. I mean, it's fast. You know, we can do some kind of experimental stuff. Basically. Vito Lynch. I missed the opportunity to play a Grunfeld. Well, there's no guarantee, right? I don't really play the Grunfeld regularly. I used to, until I was a master. It was my first defense. I offered you a pawn and you won't take it. What is this? I'm insulted. You're hurting my feelings here. He's starting e5. I've never had anybody play e4 in my life when I played b5. First of all, b5 looks like a mouse slip because I usually play b6. But it's not. Alright, we'll just take. Haberbaum thought I made a mouse slip. I missed the opportunity to play Grunfeld. Okay, we'll play a Grunfeld if I can. I wouldn't mind playing Grunfeld Fusia. I just don't think about it very often since it's not really a regular part of my repertoire at this time. He just takes this in stride. It's just normal to play b5. I hope this works for me. It's an improved b6. Obviously the critical test is taking the pawn on b5, so what am I doing now? I want to play c5, but I feel like we're dreadfully behind in development here. I guess that's not the case, though. We're not really behind in development. A3. Thanks for taking the time out to play A3. Okay, so Queen A5 is like inviting some sort of exchange sack here. Queen A5 AB is a classic trap style thing. I just said yesterday that Queen A5 is always bad. My new catchphrase. We're going to need something semi-dynamic here for black. Bishop A5 is not that bad, but I mean he's... Bishop A5, what if he just takes on C5? I'm thinking too much. Just go with the intuition, right? But my intuition is not giving me anything here. My intuition is like, this position sucks. My intuition tells me that this sucks. So just screw the intuition. Shut up, intuition. I didn't want an evaluation. I just want you to suggest some moves. C takes D, A, B. Takes, I don't like that either. Alright, you know what? You see squared as now as points where attacking vectors are crossing. It's more geometrical. Look at the board. I think this is an important distinction when you start thinking about the game in terms of that. Start thinking about the board in terms of exactly squares instead of pieces occupying those squares. Just the squares themselves is a new way of looking at the game. Hyperbomb is scary for 1667. It's a really good, natural kind of approach to the opening. Thought I'd throw him off here, but my position is pretty hokey. C6 I didn't even see. That's good. Luckily it doesn't win by force or something. It's pretty close. I think the other thing that you start appreciating that when you play a lot of chess, when you get beyond the squares, you start thinking about color complexes. There's only 2 colors to master, fortunately. That'd be cool if you did like a Star Trek 3-dimensional chess with like 4 colors. Too much for me, though. He's too good for 1600. I mean, c6 is an advanced move. Not too many people are going to sacrifice a pawn just like that. Completely strategic pawn sacrifice. But I got caught here speculating in the opening a little bit too much. I think white still has a solid advantage. His first move advantage at least, maybe even more. Hikaru is a square chess player. I don't really know Hikaru's style that well. I mean, since I haven't played him in years, I couldn't easily define it in that way. You got to know someone. Pretty much watch them play constantly to be able to make that kind of statement. So if you watched Hikaru stream all the time, yeah, you could definitely know. I wouldn't be able to say about too many players. Oh man, this is not really healthy for black right here. This is just screaming. The intuition is screaming, you're out of your mind at me right now. My whole position is just bankrupt. Behind in development. White has control of the open file. Oh man. Alright. I'm gonna have to like leave the stream every 5 minutes or less now. Sorry guys. Try to keep it continuous. Contiguity. In the grid file you have so many pieces attacking, defending d4. Each piece can be replaced eventually. It's all about the square and the vectors. Vector. Vectory. Alright. How much time do you have left? 54 seconds. There's the move. That's why I didn't castle kingside, but this is scary. I don't like you anymore. I dropped my h7 pawn. Man, Haberbomb, 1667. God, dude. This position is an atrocity. Yeah, absolutely, Z-Fox. We're going to talk about specifically important squares. It's very normal. But this position is problematic for black because I have this huge hole here. He's ahead in development. And he has a space advantage based on e5. It's a little like an advanced Caro-Kann or something like that. Like a really good advanced Caro-Kann. Space advantage plus development for white. Now he exchanged on d5, which I think is pretty controversial. I basically have 3 recaptures, all of which might be playable. This looks like a very serious mistake. You know, CD, Queen A4 check, King F8 is dangerous for black, but even that may not be that bad. Worst case scenario. Probably I should have taken with the queen. Okay, this move is ridiculous. I think he had a really good game. He just didn't need to do that. Look, come on, no more Queen A4 check. Okay, this resignation is premature because you have G3, Queen H7, Queen A4 check. Maybe not premature though, because then I have Queen H7. What about like Bishop G5 here? Bishop G5, Queen H7, Queen A4 check. I just walk away with King F8. And I just survive. I think I'm actually winning after Queen H4. Turn on the fabled engine. I'm actually winning after that move. That move is kind of unfair. But Haberbomb destroyed a fantastic position here in 2 moves. White has a massive advantage. It's +3 for engine. It's exaggerating a little bit off. So in reality, the +3 goes down to 1.5. But White's advantage is very serious. Knight e4, just Knight e4 sinking the knight in there. I have to play Bishop c7 after Knight e4, and you have a massive advantage here. Black is just strategically screwed. This is an atrocity for me. I was getting absolutely smashed. Yeah. It was a nice game by White. I'm going to pause for 5 minutes, and hopefully we won't have to keep taking continuous breaks if I do this. So, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to be taking these challengers. Abdel, R. Fisher, Trickster, who re-challenged. Mr. Shuffle needs to re-challenge me to casual. And we're getting all these rated challenges, so we're not playing rated. If Mr. Shuffle and Turkish Johnny could, let me see if they have enough games. Those guys can re-challenge me to casual. You know, we'll play those games, but I need to see those guys re-challenge if they want to play. I'm gonna take those next 3 games right after this. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay. So we're taking these re-challenges. Cool. Turkish Sin Johnny just re-challenged me. He's not getting it. He's not getting it. It's casual, man. We're taking casual challenges. All right, Abdel. Abdel's up next. Okay, we had a recommendation of the Grunfeld. Unfortunately, everyone plays the London system, Fuchsia. So I think that's probably what we'll see here. You just can't get around it. In the spirit of the Grunfeld, I'll play G6. Maybe we can still transpose if he plays c4, bishop g7, knight c3, d5. I basically alternate between different systems against the London system. I like e6 and g6. You could certainly also play c5 here. It's quite an interesting move. After d5, I think that's what Williams recommends. Ginger GM, for example. The c5, d5 isn't really a London system. It's like a hybrid. So this is the sharpest move down, knight c3. We might have played this with Abdel before. I definitely had this against a lot of players. The modern London system. It's like, speaking of the word hybrid, it's a Verisov. Not really a London system, technically. So I was talking about Simon. Alright, so knight c3, e3. Now c6. Was this the same game we had last time? London is the plague of modern chess. I agree, Sleman. Children in high school could have eaten that geometry. I always liked geometry. That was my favorite math class in high school. Pawn Gruber, why c6? It seems useless. Pawn Gruber. I don't know, man. It's something that I've put a lot of thought into, but it may be useless. Thanks for joining the stream. Alright. This is basically a pretty standard position. c6 is a good amount of support from very strong players. It's kind of a Peart's idea, man. It's about not committing to castling kingside, preparing immediate counterplay. You might want to see the game like John Wallace against Salem Salah from Gibraltar a couple years ago. You know, at first it seems strange to play for b5, but it really depends. If he does this, okay, I think now we shift back to a kingside approach. But if you see the game Wallace against Salem Salah, John did like something like f3, a quick queen d2 and f3, and we're gonna play b5, and we're gonna go postal with the queenside play. Okay, it's a Peart style answer. If white shifts back with knight f3, we can start playing on the king side with kind of normal moves, I think. That's basically the idea. Okay. Pawn Gruber. Thanks for being a subscriber, guys. Now we go back to our standard. I don't like c6, to be perfectly frank with you. Myself, I would prefer to play c5, but it's just tactically problematic because of knight b5. In so many lines. I play the same position with colors reversed, actually, where I have a move in hand, and then, you know, we're maybe allowing knight b5. We're allowing sacrifices of the rook on a1. Just one extra tempo makes a big difference in this position, but when you're black, you're very limited in what you can do. You're more limited in what you can do. So I think we had the same exact game with Abdel before, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been a different player, though. Easily could have been a different player. Okay, what do we do? Last time I played like b6 at some point, which looks pretty normal. Knights before bishops, right? Yeah, this is just not fun for either side, in my opinion, this kind of position. What can we do? Missed you on my stream, the fuchsia. I used the cam, and I've tried chess.com. Ugh. I didn't just say that. Alright, knight on bd7. Supporting c5, supporting e5. Maybe b6, bishop b7 would be what I did last time, if I remember correctly. I don't like this either, but it's a problem. The London system is a real problem. Hiring IMs. I'd rather work for Donald Trump, I think. Okay, castles. Today Donald Trump called me on the phone. I'm just going to start trolling people, Bob. I've decided, you know, I'm just going to start trolling the trolls, basically. Any kind of, you know, pranks I can think of. If you got funny things to say to these people, I'm just so sick of it. I'm not going to answer the phone normally anymore. We're just going to troll them before they even start. Yeah, I had an email like a month ago. The Internet Chess Club was like looking for someone. I was like, dude, I would never work for them again. Once you screw me over, that's the last time. Bishop b7. And now we can play e4. Yeah, there it is. This seems to be like correct. And now I have c5. And it's more or less equal. I think once I get in c5 here. So we managed to equalize. But I don't know how strong Abdel is. I mean, he's 1660 provisional. He's actually 1921 in classical, which is solid. So, virtual equality now. The two bishops on the long diagonals. I'm a poor man's idea of a bad troll. I need good suggestions for things too. Just, you know it's like telemarketing or robocall almost instantly, even before you answer. So, I'm just thinking of funny things I can say. Just to kind of head them off so they don't even bother. They just make them want to hang up, like right from the beginning. This is the anti-robocall hotline. What am I going to say, you know? Just take the wind out of their sails immediately. Bishop takes. Tell them you're 17. Doesn't he bother you, like, asking for your mom and stuff? You have to wade through all these questions. Is your mommy home? I just want to come immediately to the point of making them feel stupid, you know? Yes, you've reached the Federal Communications Commission robocall investigation hotline. My name is Paul. Alright, I know that's not amusing. It's not even close to funny. But I think I could make it work somehow. Alright, knight c5 now. We're equal, but how do you win? Okay, we have got pawn structure dynamism. There's 3 pawns over here against 2 pawns over here. So he has the queenside majority. We have a kingside majority, which is more difficult to use to our advantage. Obviously, creating a passed pawn on the kingside, not easy to do. Tell them to call your other phone and give them King Crusher's number. You probably have that too. You ever watched, what's that, Kid Boga? He trolls hackers. Same feeling as trolling telemarketers, absolutely. Well, I remember when I was a kid, we used to, for fun, we would do like crank calls. And when I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 years old, we used to just like call people up and say ridiculous things. It's a really original idea. Oh my god. So we could do the same thing essentially. Crank call the telemarketers. This, I gave him that? Really? Did I want to do that? Give him bishop f3 for free? Was that a good idea? This is what the London player like dreams of, trading all the pieces into an equal position. I mean, they lay awake at night dreaming of situations like this. The London people. Yeah, I'm going to start looking up like how to troll telemarketers. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Will Paschall Fast Friday. We're playing 5+3. This isn't the fastest game, but I like to be able to commentate on the games. I mean, I can play faster than this, but it's really hard to do commentary if it's like faster than 5+3. So this gives us time to play a luxuriously slow game. Now maybe black is better. He's me. I've got control of d3. I think the white's still holding, at this point. Wait is on hold. Pretend to be a grandma. That's funny. Yeah, we've got to come up with some creative ideas dealing with these people so we don't lose our mind. Of course, I'm moving away from the United States anyway. So there's not going to be anyone here to answer the telemarketers. I should rig up the home security system so it automatically answers the telephone somehow. I should install my own robocaller to like answer the telemarketer robocalls. You start like a war, proxy war with telemarketers. Where's Nils today? I wonder if Nils would subscribe to Rook D5 here. He had a similar game he showed me yesterday. Battling for the open file. Rook D7 allows 95. So Rook D5 is an improved Rook D7. It doesn't allow 95 with tempo. Got the potential to take control of the open file. And now we're on our own. That's what Fritz says. 94 is not really adequately supported. Rook D1. No, he's going to see that. This is all a lie. Knight D3 is a lie, effectively. I feel like I'm trapping myself here. That's messed up. If Queen E2, he has Rook E1. Man. The time got him. He was timed out. The Londoner system. It's not over yet. All right. Okay, next game, R. Fisher. Mr. Shuffle corrected the challenge. Trickster. We lost Trickster. Wasn't he ahead of Mr. Shuffle before? No, this is this guy. Alright, dude. I'm not going to accept your challenge. If you challenge me again, I'm going to block you. HGG's challenging me. HGG, what are you doing? Challenge me to casual. HGG, I don't mind chess 960. Chess 960. Alright, we'll take it. Well, I might even play that rated, because I don't have a like up-to-date, like active chess 960 rating. Maybe I'll take HGG's challenge. But he's pretty good. I want to reactivate my chess 960 rating effectively. Maybe I'll accept his rated challenge. It's good when I know the opponent is not a computer. Someone I can trust. Is this Tushar? R. Fisher? We were joking about that last time. It's Tushar's, right? Acerbate, this is his backup account. 2 draws against me. Oh no, I said I wasn't going to play this guy anymore. Wasn't that it? This is the guy I said I wasn't going to play anymore. Because he's like too good. Oh no. The 1800 who doesn't make mistakes ever. Boring. Tushar Fisher. Absolutely. Even Tushar knows how to spell Fisher properly, though. He's too knowledgeable about chess to misspell Fisher. I just want to resign. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's kind of a waste of time to play with 1800s who don't ever make mistakes. He's 1600 FIDE. I think that the difference, what is the difference? 100 points, 150 points. How much do you think is the difference between like ELO rating and lichess ratings? I mean, 100 to 200 points in most cases, I think. Now we basically lost the tempo. You can't kick someone's butt if they don't make a mistake. That's the problem, Bob. They need to make a mistake. Why don't you look at my last 2 games with this opponent, Infinite Flash Chess, and see what you think? I didn't realize who I was playing. I said I wouldn't play him anymore. I'm just going to offer a draw. Let's just offer him a draw now and just get it over with. Move on to the next game because this is just a waste of time. Alright, Mr. Shuffle. 5 plus 3. I know when I'm wasting my time, Infinite Flash Chess. I don't have much of it. The more you have of it, the less precious it is to you. Alright, let's play some chess here. D4. Fisher, R. Fisher is my alt account. Alright, this is fun. So the Budapest. I like it when people play G5. Sometimes you get that. The Mamajarov. To save you guys the boredom and the frustration of the last game, I just simply offered a draw. It was a sensible way out. Now, Knight C3 is good here too. That's Van Welly's preference, and a lot of strong players. But Knight C3, Queen E7, Queen E5. And there's... Actually, we haven't seen Morwa lately. Morwa was playing the Budapest for a while. That's kind of a cool line. This position I got smothered mated by a friend of mine in Blitz, I remember, not paying attention. What do you think of Knight H3 in the Budapest? That's Cherishevsky, I thought. It's an interesting idea. That's from the Soviet Chess Conveyor, Pawn Grubber. That's a book from like 20 years ago. He recommended Knight H3 there, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm lying to you. I thought it was there that was Cherishevsky. I thought it was a Cherishevsky idea to play Knight H3. But you know what? Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's from something else. Maybe I'm wrong. I might have gotten confused because there was also a line where it was recommended to play Knight H3 against the Banco. I'm wondering if I'm getting these confused. In any case, it doesn't matter who recommended it, okay? It's an interesting idea. I mean, I'm a big fan of Knight H3, Knight F4, and I've tried to play it on move 1 previously. So Leela and Stockfish played the Budapest in the team, or the computer championship. Leela won a really nice game as white. Black had seen the best it can fight for as a draw. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Mr. Shuffle, let's see. We had somebody else play this against me. It was Morales, who I haven't seen in a long time. Maybe Morales doesn't like the stream time. He's in Spain. Queen A4 check here. Knight C6 and then bring the queen back to C2 is kind of an interesting idea. Here's a funny line. Queen A4 check, Knight C6, castle. Castle. I can't castle there. Queen A4 check, Knight C6. What am I going to play? Queen C2. Castles. And then if I castle, black has knight to D4. ED4, queen takes E2. That seems pretty good for black. So queen A4, very artificial. Morales was playing bishop D7 against me, I believe. Bob, you're just evil, man. No, you're spelling it wrong. It's like the French Grandmaster. Giles Morales. Morales. Not Morales. Morales is typical spelling in the Spanish. He is Spanish, but he has that French spelling. Okay, castles. Now what, knight e4? This is a move, I think. It does seem kind of weird to put the knight out there in limbo. Limbo. Stops g5. Does this even work? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. Oh no, Mr. Bill. We have an idea. It's good to have an idea. Oh, wow, this is weird. Trap. Setting up traps by accident. Nothing better than an accidental trap. Wow, he just did what I suggested. He played g5. It's like knight takes c4, queen d4. And suddenly, it's not clear who trapped who. What's happening on like knight takes c4, queen d4, rook e8? I mean, that's getting really bizarre, but his pieces are lined up there, and it's hard to protect them both. Kind of interesting. We'll take a look at this after the game. But he played the crazy g5, which I jokingly suggested the sole purpose of knight e4 was to prevent g5. Ironically. That's not good for black. Now he has to play f6, and he's really down a pawn. But I'm curious to see this after the game. Was knight e4 a mistake or a devious accidental trap? What was wrong with g5? g5 just dropped a pawn. Other than that, it's great. I mean, you know, g5 earlier is an interesting line, but I think it's dubious for black. When did he have g5, though? He never had time to play that move. Or maybe he did. Yeah, but I mean, it's just anti-positional. You could play it if you want to. I'll probably take... I mean, Morales has done that against me. He's probably played g5. And, I mean, he's normally trying to play bishop d7 and castle queenside. It's not clear if I should take on e5 or if I should go back and let him... Because I've got h5 covered. I don't know if I want to do that. Or just take on the e5 right away. Yeah, you can do it. It's kind of a pretty irrational way of playing. I would say there's no reason to play like a maniac necessarily. You can play the Budapest as a kind of positional opening. I mean, it doesn't have to be played like va-bonk, you know, like you're just going postal all the time. You can try to play it in a more sound fashion. I mean, I've seen some pretty reasonable players play the Budapest, like Alex Yermolinsky, for example. Here's a player who's like absolutely principled. When he plays the Budapest Gambit, it looked like a kind of solid strategic opening. Could white win the bishop with bishop takes e5? In that position, there's this recapture. So yeah, that's a good question. There's bishop takes d2, usually in between move. So let's see. When you suggested g5, before he castles, g5, bishop takes e5, right, I can win a piece, exactly. So it works after g5, bishop e5 wins a piece with queen a4 check. Yeah, he can't do it in that moment. Now his kingside is just all, it's all chewed up. Speaking of knight h3, a good suggestion from from Pawn Gruber, Alina Gruberman. Whatever happened to her. So knight h5, knight d5, the transfer. Bishop takes g4. Anybody? Starting to look pretty good. This doesn't look correct for for black, but how do I put him away here? Queen d5 check. There'll be bishop e6. There has to be a winning attack. Bishop takes g4 and just queen d4 with the knight f6 forks. How about that? That's got to work, right? We just go here. Got a really big threat of knight f6 check, and there's just no good way to protect against it, right? Almost certainly I had something better. I just didn't see what it was. Now he has bishop c5, annoyingly. But if bishop c5, maybe queen f4 renews these threats. In addition to things like bishop g5. This should be good enough. The knight c3 Budapest line, Leela sacrificed. Doubled c pawn for black's d pawn. Yeah, that's kind of a standard type of thing. Absolutely. Mr. Shuffle is shuffling. Shuffling the pieces. So I've got knight f6, very nasty threat. And I just don't see how he protects other than rook d8, which loses the exchange anyway. I think this is good. Everything's protected except for my knight on h5. And that's going to f6 next. So we're just going to be up in exchange for nothing. I probably missed something better. So that line with the knight c3 z-fox you're talking about in the Budapest. So there's basically this line with like queen d5. Not queen d5. Yeah, queen d5. And then black eventually should play f6 and sacrifice the pawn to break out. And it's more or less okay. I think the line is more or less okay for black. This is it. But now you're just down a whole rook. And nothing but the rook. So that's it. Too much material. He will not give up. Quickly take a look at the opening theory, right? So it's like castle. Did I do the right thing by castling? I mean, I guess this is normal. A lot of games here. 73 games. Black has almost no winning chances. So castles. And now here I played 94. So this is a theoretical novelty. Theoretical L. It's a TL. So the point was knight takes c4. Now yeah, I mean this is the crazy move now. If bishop takes c4, I thought I was worse. You know? I thought I was just worse here. I'm down a pawn. But apparently it's not true. Okay, this engine doesn't know what's going on. But anyway, the point is I have this move, which is just fascinating. I wanted to see what's going on there. Wow, b5. The obvious. This is a tremendous move. So in order to, well, I would think I would just take. Does black have like c5? Oh man, are you serious? Like an in-between move? No. B takes c4. Queen c4. And then a5. And bishop a6 is coming. Yeah, this is nasty. Black's two bishops are awesome here in this position. So this is a blunder. I think the knight e4 is just a mistake. It's a transitional maneuver of the knight to like the king side in a lot of lines, but this particular position I was wrong. I'm not supposed to go there. You have to put the knight on a really bad score. I played this with black, and I played like bishop c5 in this position coming up, I think. Against somebody, I think it was against actually Spinal Tap Chess. I think we had a blitz game where he had this position with white, and I did, maybe it was a different move order, but along these lines, something like rook e8, maybe a3, bishop c5. And here's even a Korchnoi game, so check it out. Korchnoi with black. This is so solid for black. It's really very solid. Okay, the Trickster challenged me to 5+3. Trickster has just enough games. 211. I don't want to play anybody who has less than 100 games. Okay. Sicilian. We haven't had a Sicilian today. Guys, Please subscribe to the stream if you like it. Tell your friends. Now we've got a closed Sicilian. The closed Sicilian is tough. It's almost like playing against the London system. It's very frustrating to deal with. Welcome everyone. Thanks JCS for being our moderator today. As usual, we've got a simul on Sunday that I play. So if you guys want to play a long game, I do play 25 players in a long simul every Sunday here on lichess and Twitch. Theoretically, you can play e5 here, preventing the open Sicilian, but I don't really like that, personally. Zeus, welcome to the stream. Spitler played the Budapest a few times, gave it up because of the bishop f4 line. Yeah, well, I mean, bishop f4 is this is also, well, one interesting place where it was played was that infamous match where Karpov lost to Nigel Short, which was sick. I still feel bad about that today. I'm not really a Nigel Short fan. I respect his game, but I don't think he was ever on the same level with Anatoly Karpov. It was kind of an outlier, and it cost Karpov from playing another match with Kasparov, basically, which is really sad, you know, that they didn't get to face off again. After the 1990 match, Karpov was probably strong enough to play like one more match against Kasparov, and it didn't happen. Because Short beat Karpov in a Budapest, I think, actually. I don't remember like what happened in the game or exactly. I didn't follow every single game from the match, but Short's preparation was to play the Budapest. I think he lost at least one game in the Budapest, but he did win one. And I think that Anatoly was playing the bishop f4 variation in that. But the Budapest is not that bad. I mean, it probably has kind of a bad reputation, but it's actually playable. What's up, Jim? Good to see you here. Okay, so we've got nice rouser. We haven't had too many rousers lately. I've been thinking about learning like a new line in the rouser. Well, new line for me, not a new line. There's very little to be discovered in this opening. But I feel like I've played the 2 or 3 different systems, and I'm kind of running out of ideas in the systems that I've played before. So, looking to play something different. But my preparation hasn't gotten too far here, so I kind of make it up as I go along. I'm trying to play something based on like a6, which is a move that I typically didn't play. Now he played bishop e2. That's actually not the main line, so it doesn't matter now. I mean, this isn't really mainline theory. Bishop e2 is more rare. Mostly you see queen d2, and that's critical. There's nothing wrong with bishop e2. It's a perfectly good move. Now I don't know if I would play a6. I sort of pre-moved it. It's not necessary here. It's a good move though. It's okay. Okay, let's play this. Bishop d7. Aroused by the rouser. It's more like amused. But it is fun to play, like, you know, real openings. I don't know, I guess my mom doesn't like watching dinosaur science programs on the Science Channel. Rook e1. Okay, that looks like a reasonable move, actually. What is White's rating? I'm just sort of tricked by this trickster. 1277. He's already playing better than 1277. He's 15, close to 16 in classical. Better get out of here. Old women hate dinosaur shows. Absolutely. I should have put on the Animal Planet. I don't know what I was thinking. We usually watch like Animal Planet puppy shows or something like that. Right, Bob? I mean, that's totally standard. Shows about the Mayan civilization and dinosaur stuff is definitely not cool. Maybe for like an old man. An old man might like the dinosaur show. Definitely the dog show programs. That's what keeps them. That's what keeps Animal Planet in business. Is basically like old ladies. What's up, Nils? Old ladies and little kids. Rook e1, bishop e7. Even the little kids don't watch it anymore. Okay, queen d2. White's. I like White's development here. Very straightforward. We have tactics. Knight takes e4, bishop takes e7, knight takes d2. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Bishop takes g5. Knight takes g5, knight takes d4, queen takes d4, queen takes g5, bishop c6. That would actually be alright if that worked. Knight takes e4, bishop takes e7, knight takes d2, bishop takes d8. Is my knight trapped on d2? Because that would be kind of sick. But then I'm taking on d4. That's a really demented situation. I wonder if this works. Let's just try it. I probably lost a piece. This almost never works, but I'm going to try it. This is the one position where this actually works. I'm praying. I couldn't even fully calculate it. I'm just trusting myself. Please work. I mean, it's not necessary to play the simplifying combination, but it's kind of fun. Played a bad opening S to 2100. Uh-oh. Is that you, Morales? Mirai Fabulous. It could be Morwa. It looks like Morwa. Morwa, is that you? That's the other Morwa. Oh no. Well, this is what I was hoping for, I guess. Queen takes d4, queen takes g5, queen takes d6, bishop c6 with advantage to black. That was the plan. It's equal material. He can just play g3 and it's a game. But I decided his king side was kind of weakened. And I've at least equalized. My bishop is great on c6. This is as far as I analyzed. Maybe he has something better. I mean, he is 1200. So I would expect something stronger than the obvious. 1596. No, it's not Marwa. Okay. Just a coincidence. So our analysis actually reached that position. There is f4, but then I have queen c5. So he wants to get his pawn back. He better play queen takes d6, then bishop c6, and then he's like forced. No, he could play queen g3, actually. So he has a choice, queen g3 or g3 after bishop, or even bishop f1 for that matter. So I've equalized, but it's going to be hard to win. So you played a bad opening, Nils. That's not like you. You just played... oh, I thought you were talking about like over the board. Okay, I forgot. You're talking about online. Okay, good. Okay, so the bishop g5 variation of the Grunfeld with the knight already on f3. Knight e4. Yeah, it's too bad. You can play c5 there, can't you? Nils, what's the status on that? Can you play c5 there? Is that a good move? Alright, so here we are, g3. That's my favorite choice. Amongst his choices, I'm happy to see g3. Because both bishop f1 and queen g3 were far more compact. Now he's in danger of getting mated on the diagonal. So in fact, he has to be very, very careful here. So black should have very good practical chances. Plus I just have the d-file. Astrobate likes the long diagonal. Knight e4 is theoretically best. Thank you. This is obviously talking about my combination here. He said knight e4 is theoretically best. Now we're just going to go to endgame land. Did I miss queen d5? Oh man. We need to fix that pawn. Fix that pawn again. No f5. It's not happening. No. You're not doing that. Let's play a bishop endgame. What do you say? Make your king great again. I'm just kidding, Nils. You just can't tell when I'm joking. Mr. Serious. H4. Whoa. Let's immobilize that too. I'm putting all my pawns on the wrong color, but there are exceptions. I like this guy. He's like 1200. Look at that king centralization. Player rate is 1200. Nice endgame technique by white. Now I don't know if I'm even winning in the bishop endgame. I probably want to avoid trading rooks here. Like both sets of rooks is a no-no, I think, at this point. I can afford to trade one set of rooks. This might be a mistake, though. I might even have to play e5 to free myself later. Wow, he's got a pass pawn. Oh man. But this is getting kind of weird. He lost on time. I mean, after rook d1, it's not trivial. Now I'm actually sorry that my pawns are really on white squares. This could prove very difficult for black to win. Very difficult to win. You haven't had your beer yet. Alright, somebody sent me hello. Guys, we're out of challenges. What time is it? 2:39. We're out of challenges. I'm going to have to go back to the well and get some more challenges. Play random people. Guys, challenge me to 5+3. We have time for 2 more games. We have time for 2 more challenges. So let's get it out there. 5+3 casual, just like this. I don't want to have to go back and... Where's our mod? I got bullied. He's here. He's being, you know, non-confrontational. We like our mods non-confrontational. Alright, Nils. Mods should be seen and not heard. Nils, what's up? JCS is... He keeps things in order, but he's not outspoken. Alright, so d4. Let's see the Grunfeld. What do you got? We'll try to give Nils something special. I wonder if I played this against him already. The Portish attack. I'm pre-moving. I did a video of this. Guys, I have a YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube, and I upload all the streams there. But back like 2 years ago, I did a video of this where Portish played a game against Beliavsky in like his last tournament ever. I was there. It was like 2011 or something, where Lajos Portish, who's like one of the most legendary like players from Hungary of all time, he's still alive. He's like 81, but Lajos doesn't play. You know, he just kind of gave up playing serious tournaments. So, but he beat Beliavsky really bad. This is a great game. I put it on my YouTube channel a couple years ago. Queen d8 now. I think that Fatachnik, there was another game where somebody... Beliavsky played Queen d6. I think maybe someone else played Queen d6. You can also play that. Though, I mean, Queen d8 might be good too. Objectively, this should be okay for black. I mean, there shouldn't really be any problem. But the theory was like non-existent. So I think here we have to play this. Nils is... He's following the opening book. Yeah, the Portish game. But Beliavsky's an aggressive player, see. I don't think that Portish could play that line against just some guy who would have been happy with a draw. I mean, the point is, Lajos sort of figured it out, that he wanted to play something to kind of give him a little bit of rope. get Belyansky to play really aggressively and make some mistakes, and it's like a variation that objectively, if Black wants to play for a draw, he can probably do that. But Belyansky's not afraid of complications. He wanted to try to be aggressive and started to try to... Yeah, this is probably best what Nils is doing here. Hard to believe he's ever looked at this, though. I mean, it's such a rare, totally rare system. I never seriously studied this. I'm just playing it from memory. Like seeing it once. I think that objectively this is like Black's recommendation. He's equalized, more or less. Anyway, it's something fun to throw out there on an occasional basis to see if Black knows what they're doing. But I don't think it's at any theoretical danger. Yeah, this much is quote-unquote theory here. You don't like that line is Black? This line? It's so rarely seen. So I thought I remember like 97 or something. But this looks reasonable. I mean, on paper we have a passed pawn on d5, so it's something. But it's always like controversial. Is it a weakness or a strength when you have an isolated pawn of this variety? It's strong in the sense that it stops knight c6. It could become a queen, but at the other end of the spectrum, it could just be a like tangible weakness that just falls off. So if Black amputates my d pawn, I'm going to really be an unhappy camper here. All right. We just castle. Black plays knight d7. What if I try something else like queen b3 first? Something artificial about queen b3. Actually, maybe he could play something scary, queen e7. I better get castled before anything happens. I think that I was out of my mind to consider queen b3, actually. If you consider the nature of the open e-file here, I shouldn't be messing around. Alright, I'll give Nils some time odds and be right back. Very serious time odds. Wow, what happened? I was expecting knight d7. He played rook e8 instead. Rooks before knights, right? Nils, this is classic theory. Now that my king is on g1, rooks before knights. I could even play bishop e5, but that can be met by knight d7. So I think we're going to play bishop f3. Then again, maybe that's a mistake, because I'm walking into knight d7, knight e5. So let's think. I have no advantage. The position is basically equal, but a kind of imbalanced equal. These bishops are very strong. If white doesn't have anything, slowly I could end up worse because the pawn structure is better for black. So you have to act fast here. Bishop e5, knight d7 doesn't seem great, although I do have a powerful passed pawn. Maybe that's something to consider. Bishop f4. Just implanting my pawn on d6. Alright. Support the pawn on d6, I guess. I'm running out of plans. See you later, Bob. Alright, take care. We are streaming for a little bit longer. I'm going to play at least one more game after this. I promised 2 games. Mr. Shuffles re-challenged me. I'd rather play a new opponent, though. Mishkoltz. So he has blitz games totaling 33 games. Not really what I'm hoping for. Like 100 games would be better. I don't really count bullet games. HBR. I can't believe I just played an equal game against the 25-27. I presume that you underestimated and didn't play well. The trickster is me. Well, I think I didn't play well. I mean, what can I do, man? You play correctly to a certain degree. I played the simplifying combination. Knight takes e4. We reached like equal position, and eventually you lost on time. But I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know, as I said earlier in the stream, like if my opponents don't make mistakes, I can't magically beat them. You didn't really play like your rating. You know, you played better than that. Bishop b5 now. We might have something. Bishop b5. There's also, well, bishop b5 is interesting. All right, let's try it. This is kind of an artificial move, but I'm finding a tactical solution. There was like queen b3, bishop takes c3, rook takes e2. I'll lose a piece in a lot of lines. So I have to make sure that's protected. And this is awkward. But I guess in a vacuum, like the normal move would be queen d2 here. That's actually fine for white. If I had to do over again, maybe I would prefer that. Just queen d2 is fine. Actually, he might be sorry that his queen is on b6. This move is rather artificial. I don't know what he's thinking about now. Sack an exchange or something. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes... I can't believe that. But maybe. Yeah, Uber Driver, it's interesting. I mean, it looks a little crazy to give up your dark square bishop. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes e8. Bishop takes b2. But don't forget that Nils is like neglecting his development here. I think his king side is going to be very unhappy if he plays that. Bishop takes c3 there. Wow, rook e4. For a second, I was like, oh shit, he took my e4 pawn. I was like, snap, you took my e4 pawn off. Oh, that's just a beautiful exchange sack. You know? But I'm like, wait a minute, there was no pawn e4. Like, this is definitely an interesting move if you're taking a pawn. But you're not taking a pawn, you're just putting it there, you know? Fancy play syndrome. Knight takes e4, queen takes b5, knight d6, queen takes b2, knight f5, queen a1. And then I think that black gets mated. Ooh, that's brutal. Queen e2, queen f6, queen e8 check, followed by mate. Oh, that's nasty. I think this actually works. How far can we calculate? We sack our rook on a1 basically, and then play queen e2 and mate him. Looks good. I may have another good move. Knight takes f5. I did magic. No, he just didn't develop his pieces. This is the magic. Our last opponent was saying like why I didn't beat him. But you know, my magic is like my opponents like let me win. Basically, that's the only magic I have. My opponent's playing bad moves. He didn't develop his pieces on the queen side. I mean, that's just fundamental. This is lost for black. Look, he's got no development. And he launched into rook e4, this like crazy combination. Leaving his pieces there, it's just not good. He could have played knight d7. He never played knight d7 because he's afraid of g4. Ah, snap. I didn't even think about it. Good point, Uber Driver. That's a good point. I didn't even say hello from the Pandas today. I just realized. Hello. Hello, Alexa. How are you? I said, Alexa, how are you? Oh, you're feeling mute today. Okay. I'm so sad that he's not taking me to Budapest. I'll never meet the real Panda. So, alright, Nils. You should have had a couple of beers. Clearly you neglected your development there. But, I mean, the point was this position, right? If you take here... I can't analyze this without the analysis But queen takes. I thought this was cool. Queen e2. There's probably other ways, like queen a4 is also good. I just noticed it. Yeah, but this is devastating. Okay. Develop your pieces, man. Mr. Shuffle we already played, so we'll try Mishka. This is the last game for today. Black doesn't have a bishop. I think that Nils, if I remember correctly, and this is a very vague memory, when I looked at that line, I saw knight d7 instead of bishop f5. I think that was the recommended move. But I mean, it is kind of a while ago, and it's not a really theoretical line, so you should just look it up and decide for yourself what you like best there. Okay, last game for today, guys. We'll be back on Sunday with the simul. I'm going to play 25 players simultaneously, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on lichess and Twitch. Wow. Another classical Nimzo. I played b5 mouse slip variation. No, it's actually Vita Lynch. But I'll go back to b6 because this is a little more correct than b5. But it's also sketchy for black. The main lines are castles, c5, d5. I've played a lot of c5 and castles, but I've had a tough time in the theoretical lines. It's not easy for black. Castles is pretty good. I've also played knight c6. I basically played many things here. Okay, a3. This is kind of a quiet move for white, but it's very solid, transposing to a basically a castles variation in most cases. Whatever. So bishop g5 is played in a lot of lines. I remember I lost with white once against Georgi Kashishvili in this line. I think he did like some sort of quick bishop a6 against me. Maybe JCS knows something about this. Castle's e4, but look up the line, man. It's not that good for white. I've even played some correspondence games here. There's nothing for white in that line, I think. It looks cool, but if black follows the recommended variations, I think it's just totally equal. No advantage for white in the e4 line. But you can look. You're welcome to look for something. Anyways, so what do I do here? I guess we'll just play like kind of solid. But Mishka is 1500. Certainly played a good opening. This is a new account. But people of all levels are playing the openings better and better. There's a lot more knowledge available. This move is interesting. It kind of strikes me as against principle. You don't want to be better. I also like e4 Nils. I also think that it's the most dynamic move. And I wanted to make it work for white, but I was very frustrated when I tried to play that. So white's playing really aggressively here. I mean, we've got f6. We could even play queen c8. Favorite move? No. Bishop g5, queen c8, bishop e7 loses the exchange. I don't want to do that. I'll play f6. Favorite move of Yuri Lapshin, who famously played against me b4, d5. How was it? b4, d5, bishop b2, bishop g4, queen c1. I like the move queen c8 though. Kind of a cool concept. And now for our next trick, what do we do? Just try to get our pieces out. This is not exactly a everyday situation. We should consider f5 here. Going Dutch style, but I'm not sure that white isn't better. I mean, this is a little bit of a weird situation. f5 is a little bit risky. Maybe I could try something like queen f6, forcing his bishop to move. But there's something artificial about that. Self-pin. Still, there's no time for queen c8. Not cool enough for the Dutch. I tried to play the Dutch, but only in blitz and stuff. Acerbate, how do you feel about this diagonal? My last move was probably dubious. Damn it. Maybe dubious. I mean, c7 is not a problem. I can take on g2. But at some point it will be a problem. And then I'm going to have to play an artificial move here. Exactly. So now I have to play this. And I'm not confident in my position here. Normally, queen e8 and d6, I'm not sure if that really goes together. But if we have enough time, we have a good Nimzovician type position here. Yeah, I like White's game. He has really interesting possibilities now. What am I going to do? Like sack a pawn? Okay, d5, knight a6, b4. Yeah, he has this chance. That's quite sharp and interesting. To maybe play d5 there. I was thinking like sack this pawn to get this pawn on f5, a kind of Spassky closed Sicilian motif on the other side of the board. I don't know. It's speculative though. Acerbate, thank you for the donation. Nils, thank you for 2,000 bits this week. Our biggest sponsor. All right, what are we doing? That queen is looking uncomfortable. The uncomfortable queen. What am I doing? I'm going to hang a pawn. That is not normal to play h6 here. It almost works. I'm impressed by White, though. Really decent positional play for his rating. Oh, man. All right. Alright, Bob, next time it's going to be Animal Planet. I learned my lesson. Controlling the center. White lost most of their advantage with this last move. I mean, I'm not sure if White was really better, but I mean, here I'm completely equal now. Now I have to win from an equal position against a low-rated player. But as Anatoly Karpov usually strive to do, first equalize and then play for a win. Can we play for a win from this relatively boring endgame? I think the answer is yes. Not easy to do, but we do want to start fixing our pawns on dark squares with the white square bishop. We want to make his bishop bad again. My mother is relentless. She's like, dude, she's crazy, man. She's tough. And she's mobile, highly mobile now, so I got to keep an eye on her. All right, I wanted to take toward the center, but now I'm having second thoughts. I'm having second thoughts about White's b4. I mean, it's definitely more complicated to take with the b pawn, and it's definitely safer to take with the d pawn. But that's like boring city, man. After d takes c, open file, totally symmetrical pawns. I'm going to go for it here. We're going to go for it with b takes c. Is there an English equivalent to Anatoly? Yeah, I guess. Anatolia. I guess it's related to Anthony. Uh-oh. Make your bishops great again. That's not really doing the job when you play e4. You're actually putting all your pawns on white squares. So it looks like our best chance to beat Mishka is some sort of endgame technique. He held together pretty well in the opening, but now he's starting to make some kind of slight positional mistakes. Still, it looks almost holdable for White. We have a slight superiority in the center. The pawns smile. I was jokingly, sounds like you're smoking too much, but this is the pawn smile here. Smile, make your pawn smile again. Alright, now we have a problem because this move, that's annoying. He's trying to play e5, and I can't play e5 without dropping f5. So we might have to... I have two problems. He's going to take and he's going to push. Can we solve our problem tactically with like knight d7? It's not going to work. This is a big issue. I could take on e4. That's a disaster as well. So basically I'm screwed now. I don't really have a big advantage. That's simply he negated my whole advantage. Rook e1. Now white is equal again. Well, there could be a slight tactical problem for white here after pawn takes pawn. I just realized it's another accidental tactic, but yeah, that's going to be an issue. I didn't do this on purpose. I didn't realize it. I feel kind of guilty, like I lured him into the trap. But no, it doesn't work because I have f4. Convenient. I'm not only like tricky, I'm positional too. Lucky. We're just lucky that this works. I thought he had me back to, he'd gone back to equality, but he's going to lose this, guys. We're going to be back on Sunday. Just a second, I'm going to close the stream. Alright, I guess that game's over. He's losing a piece here. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to close down the stream. You're better at long games? Yeah, actually, it was kind of an interesting position, but I think I'm better after, at this point. White shouldn't play e4 here. So we go to this position. Black's a tiny bit better. If we go to move, what is it, 18... My first reaction was b4. I think you should play this. Strangely, Stockfish suggests b4. It's just an accident. Just an accident. After b4, you're okay. I think this is about equal. So anyway, time there, not your thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and playing. We're gonna be back on Sunday with a simul. Thanks everybody for supporting the stream. Again, Sunday simul, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget about my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who donated to support the stream. Acerbate today. Dim. You guys are awesome. Nils this week has supported us. I want to thank JCS for being our moderator. And again, guys, we'll see you on Sunday. We'll get some more players in the green zone. Nils is up to 2,000. Jim, Acerbate, we're going to push it up to green level. Anyway, guys, how did I turn on the engine? Okay, I will see you on Sunday. 25 players. It's basically like a 3-hour simul if you guys want to play. All right, have fun. Till then, have a great weekend. I will see you guys again. Thanks for subscribing. And if you want to make a donation to support the stream, you can do so with PayPal or Streamlabs. Click on the Panda GIF on the Twitch page. I will see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.